Welcome to Ugly Garage.
This had a bleed brakes on your go-kart, motorcycle, or like car. Could be your car, but it's gonna be a little different for a car. Here are the tools you'll need. You'll need an 8mm wrench for the bleeder screw, 12mm socket with an extension. It might not be 12mm depending on your brake system. Some type of bleeder. There'll be a link in the description for one of these. And depending on your brake system, it'll say on top of your master cylinder cap what brake fluid to use. I needed .3 and 4. These two are interchangeable, so if it says .3 and you have .4, you can use it together, and it's synthetic. And this is the thing we use to reverse bleed it and send stuff back up to the master cylinder. And this screws into the top of this. First of all, you want to connect all your brake lines. I don't have any connected right now, so I'm going to do that real quick. And I got all the brake lines hooked up in the back. And this is how you want all the connections between the brake lines. They have a banjo bolt. You gotta have a banjo bolt in the hole and then 2 holes on the side. I'll show you one right here. I used one. I'm not gonna use, but it has 2 holes there and a hole there. And then you put the brake line in the middle in these crush washers. I don't think you really want to reuse these, but I've never had a problem with them, so I'm not gonna use them. And then I also added this little, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's like a 3-way split, so I can add more brake lines. And now I'm going to clean out my bleeder and start bleeding, which I'll show you how to do. I'll show you how one of these bleeders works. So I have this blue thing is filled with water, and this thing, just show you how it works with water. It has water. You want to fill it up a little bit so that it doesn't get any air bubbles in it. And then you close that off, and then you stick that into this little tube into the water, and then you just start pumping, and you'll see liquid flowing in that tube. See it? And that will just go into that big cup and collect. And right now you can see there's no air bubbles, which is perfect. That's how you want it to look when you're pumping actual. That means it's fully good and bled, and it's solid. We have our little container in here, and I'm just going to fill it up a little bit, just so this, when I put this cap on, that is submerged in brake fluid. And you're also going to need to pick between 2 of these little end pieces, either this one or there's probably a few more that came with your kit, and you just stick this onto here, and the other side of the tube will go in there, and it'll stay on there. Top off your brake fluid reservoir. It might be connected to your master cylinder. And you just fill it up to the top. That might have been a little too much, but that's fine. And then you can pump it, and it should go down a little bit. And then you can start bleeding with the bleeder in the back. Okay, so we got this set up back here. We got our brake bottle, and we got this like syringe type thing. It like pumps it into this caliper. We crack that, put a zip code on it. It leaks a lot, so there's that thing under it. And we just started getting fluid over here with that open. So that means this line is it's pretty full. So I'm gonna close this one now and open that one over there. And once it starts getting over there, then we can take this bleeder off and use the other bleeder. That is a little more precise and get all the air bubbles and stuff. So this is how we've been doing it. And right now it works. It's just not super strong yet. Air is like compressible, so it's easy for it won't like grip as hard. So what I found is put that on there, and you pull this guy up, and you want that to be above that. It works a lot better for me. And then you can just start pulling all the way. Put this over here. You can see it better. Open this. You gotta make sure you open the valve a lot. It's not coming. You're gonna open it pretty good. And I figured out, you can see the bubbles there. You want to go nice and slow, and make sure that black thing is pushed down, because sometimes that sucks some air in. Which I think that's what it's doing right now. That's why there's so many air bubbles. But that's what it's going to look like if you get air in your line. And you want to keep this container above that level, and it works better. And then you want to go nice and slow. And we've gotten it all buttoned up. And now all you have to do is zip tie this to wherever you want to have it, like that on the frame. And then it's good to go. And we also, it's not like fully